Hello, just another quick video. This is another crank, like Blue PT is one I made earlier. I'm just going to press the things off the crank, so I thought I'd show you doing that. So basically there's a thrower ring there, which is that affair. That goes like that, and then there's a little key you can see that goes in there. So the key goes in there, thrower ring goes there, facing towards a pulley. And there's a circle. I'm not going to take this circle off, but there's a circlip there. So you take that circlip off. I've seen some people use pullers and stuff, but I'm kind of done it in my press and it seems to work quite well. What I did was cut this bearing off. Obviously it's a bit more difficult, you've got to be careful if you're keeping the crank, but I'm just throwing my crank away. So just cut through most of that and then break that bearing off. I'll just show. I'll put you in the little holder. Oh, you fell off. Okay, so you can see under the shoulder of the cam gear, just got it sit on the edge of this plate and this plate, and I'm holding the crank underneath. Then you should push all the bits off. As it is. Yeah, the video, for some reason my video stopped recording. It did drop on my hand as well, which kind of hurt. So you can see there is a key on there, which I will take out. So basically, the order of doings is I actually put a little scribe mark to show which way it's facing out. But you can see there's a dot there. This might be on the wrong way actually. Yeah, I'm sure normally when you're looking at the engine, you look at it that way. But it doesn't matter because it's kind of reversible, whichever way you do. But generally, the two dots, I can't remember which way around it is. I'm sure it should be on that way, to be fair. So when you're doing it, you look at the cam gear and you rotate the two together. I'd have to look at the cam. Have a look at the cam, see if I can work it out from the cam. Unless I'll explain it properly while I'm doing it. Yeah, best not drop it off. I'll just put the phone down a minute and wipe this off. Just give me a second. Yeah, so I don't know if that's it. Can't remember which way around it is. There's normally there's basically a dot on here. Oh, maybe it is on this end. Yeah. Okay, that's right. So yeah, this is the outer end of the cam. So you see that dot there on the cam, which faces that way. So this was on the right way. That dot there, when you put it all together, where's it gone now? Yeah. That dot there goes in between those two dots there. And that's, unless there's dots on this side, I don't think there is. Maybe there is on these, but no. So yeah, So the dot on the cam wheel goes in between those two when you time it up, when you put it all in the case. This one, I did the same with this. I don't think this matters either way which round. This is just the distributor drive, but I did put like a scribe mark on there, just so you know. Then this is just sort of like a sprung spacer affair. It kind of does move as well, this does. But it's, I think you just press it up to that, you know. So I don't think it matters. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't matter which way around that goes. I'm assuming by the looks of it, it was, yeah, the shiny side would have been that way around. Would have been, where's the gear? No, the gear's facing that way. Yeah, so it would have been shiny side outwards. So the shiny side would have been against there, where you can sort of see the witness marks. I don't think that matters which way around that goes, but I will put it back the same way. So that's it basically, all off, ready to go. I have got the new cam in the box ready to build up, so I'll get all these bits cleaned up, and then I'll do another video of me putting the cam, putting all the crank together. I'll probably put it together with the rods as well out. It's a bit more ball ache because you've got to feed these through the holes in the case, but that way you can check the, you know, that's just nice, that is. It should just fall down of its own weight, and there shouldn't be much side to side. There's a bit, but not much. These have got new bearings in, but I'm going to put new ones in the new crank. But it's better to, I find it's better to do this now than put them on. You can put them in through the case holes, it's quite easy, but if you find one of them's tight, you can't do nothing about it, or you can't see what's going on. So I prefer to put them on out of the, like this, and you can check the play on them. I think, generally speaking, the casting mark goes to the top, and both the numbers match up, whichever way around it is. So, you know, so that's one side, casting mark, numbers to the top. Don't know what the numbers mean, it's probably the weight or something, but normally the casting, because they are slightly offset. So yeah, that's it basically. Yeah, that crank is pretty, you can feel grooves in it all the way along. Yeah, it's pretty fucked basically. So yeah, so I'll do another video of pressing all these on the crank. I'm not sure if I will need to warm these up or not. They came off quite, they didn't take much force on the press. It looked like there was a lot of force, but it's not a lot of press. I think what I might do is clamp the new thing in the vise, just warm these up with a blowtorch a bit, and then just pick them up and just get a bit of tube and tap them down, just so I'm not having to force them on. I don't want to have to put a lot of force against the crank when it's in the vise. So I shall probably just warm it up with me propane bottle. Not horrendous, but just warm it up a bit, clean it all up dead well, and then it'll pretty much just drop on. And same with the brass one. Obviously you don't want to get that too hot, but same with that. And then I think building up wise, I'm nearly there. I've got all my gaskets set, I've got my oil pump, got all my bearings now. Yeah, can't see anything holding me up. So I've got some new barrels and pistons ordered as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to build it up as a single port or twin port yet. I've got another 1500 engine at home, which I'm probably going to bring down and strip down just to see if the heads are any good, because I'd like to put it back to a 1500. I have got a twin choke Weber carb conversion central, you know, one that goes in the middle, but I'm not really arsed about that. If I can build it up as a 15, I'll be much happier, and it's more original to the car. So like I say, I've got this, I think it's a 1500 single port. Even if it's a 13, I think I can just bore out the heads if I need to. I don't really want to put it to twin port unless I have to. You know, I'm not buying new single port heads, but if I've got a pair of 1500 heads that, even if it needs guides and stuff, machining guy don't charge you a vast amount. I use the same guides I used on the Porsche. He doesn't charge you a vast amount to sort of press the valve guides in, recut the valves and the seats, you know, and as long as there's no cracks in the head, you basically got a brand new head, really. And the castings on them are probably better than the new ones, to be fair, a lot of stuff nowadays. Same with the cams, really. So yeah, that's the end of this session today. It's Friday, I'm going home. I'm going to put another video with a Porsche on as well, because I've been playing about with that, but I'll do that shortly. But I'm daily driving that at the moment. Okay, I'll see you next time. If you're enjoying the vid, subscribe. There'll be plenty more videos to come. I'm just trying to do it around work and whatever. So in the pipeline, there's a Mark 1 GTI convertible automatic one that's been stood. God, must be stood 20 years, 15, 20 years, which I'm going to get back on the road. And I'll do a video of that, getting it running and whatever. But that's a bit further down the line. I just need to get the Beetle on the road, so I've got another car to use, so I can use it a bit in the summer. And obviously I'm trying to gather a bit of cash together to sort the suspension, all the bushes out on the suspension on the Porsche. Okay, if you're enjoying it, like I say, subscribe, give me some likes, give me some comments. If you're in the same boat or you've got any questions or whatever, I'm never claiming to be an expert, but, you know, I'll do it the way I do it. Everybody's got the different ideas of how to do stuff, you know, I'm always listening to people. If they've got better ideas, or say, you know, better idea to do it that way or this way, or I might say, no, I'm doing it the way I like. But, you know, it's horses for courses and all that. You never finish learning. There's always a new way of doing things, and there's always stuff you don't know or you don't understand correctly. So anybody who says they know everything is full of, well, I'm not going to swear, try not to swear, but, you know, full of crap, basically, if they say they know everything about them, because you're always learning. Okay, see you next time.